he was like, "You and JJ have yokai, you have all of this shit, you have this other life, all these other people don't."
I mean, you know what we
But
can
that's
do? I
kinda
ain't gonna
on
lie to
them
you.
to
Yeah,
find something that, like, drives them to do
Um,
other stuff instead of just sit at Haze.
I could
When
get a
people get
heli.
complacent,
I
the
land a top of a
complacency kills you,
building,
in my
loan a
opinion.
grapple on top
it,
of a
it
Um,
does.
building.
As long
I
as you're
go up
fine with
really
it, I
high,
don't care.
and
You
then
know
I
what I
can
mean?
loan
As
her to
long as
jump
you're
out of the
fine with
building.
having that complacent and you don't complain about
What
it.
if you get
But
shot
if you
that
just
fucking
stay on the
quick?
haze, do
You know, right,
nothing,
right.
and
Oh,
complain
then
that
it's
there's
fucking
nothing to
rad.
Yeah.
do, then I call it
100%.
out. I'd be
Yeah,
like, what
fuck
the fuck
that.
do you
Let's
mean?
just find a
There's
decent middle
nothing to do.
spot for
And then I
you
call
to
out
be
everything you can do, and
that
then they
goes like
shut
up,
up and they don't
and
say
then
anything, and
yeah,
suddenly, I see they have
do
goals
this,
again.
and then
Like a
Look at
highway
Yeah.
with a
Ivan, and
stretch
Ivan
out.
told me,
that
I
Ivan
have
can
nothing
beat
to
us.
do now.
It's
You
just the
know, the
height
oil
and
rig
seeing
is gone,
how
I
I don't
cannot do
know.
shit. And I said,
It'd actually be
what do you
good,
mean you
bro.
cannot do
But
shit?
it is good,
Jump in
bro. That one
that and
Look
always.
then
up to me, you know, and say, like, we,
Airwolf
we
will
live in
follow
Los
his shit down there
Santos, the
once
land
it's
of
in the air.
opportunities. You can do so much if you
Whoa,
want
whoa,
to.
whoa, whoa. Oh
Alright,
shit.
so look,
My bad. My bad. My
alright,
The
bad.
listen,
My
world
bad.
is
let's
under
Gotta
your
make
let's do
sure.
feet, you
this.
know?
Let's
Just,
do this.
you
Let's
know,
switch radios.
embrace it.
Yeah.
Just in case shit like someone's on it or something like that.
But I
And
think a
Let's
lot of
it's
people
like
are around, you know, when,
Auto
like, they
drop?
kind of like,
yeah, do that.
maybe I'm wrong when I'm saying it, but a lot of people wait for
Wait, what?
Benji. And Benji has this kind of ideas, and everybody kind of like flock around, and they go with him for like
Is it the
4 or
one on
5 hours. And when he goes to
okay.
sleep, people be like, oh, what should I do now? Nothing. Let me go
yeah,
to sleep, you know?
yeah.
exactly.
So I talked to Benji about that as well, and I think it seems like, you know, a lot of the boys now kind of like finding themselves and doing their own thing a little bit, and I like it, you know. With Dre and
Yeah.
Terry, they do the weed stuff. I
I'm
see
glad that
Merc.
Terry got started working on it because he's been more driven on that. So
Yeah, I try to embrace whatever people want to do, you know. Doesn't matter as long as if Seaside calls, you know, you drop whatever you're doing and come and help.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do it now. Like it's better to do it now than later. You know, if people don't, you know, fuck with Amber, like it doesn't matter what she does in the future. You know, it will never work out. So
yeah, at the end of the day, like I don't think that like even if she goes through the hangout process, even though, like if she becomes a full member, like there's this doubt in my head that
yum.
it'll be like it'll be like you said, a chorus situation. And
And I really don't like the whole thing that you told me about where like she was like beating down John and like pulled a gun at
that
her
was bad. That
because
was
like
bad.
he
Like
called her
if Benji was there, she
Limberland.
would have shot her. I think.
Yeah, but at the same time though, I know that a lot of the boys have been on her ass. You know, trying to like. She kind of like fires up quick, you know what I mean? And you know
Yeah.
the boys, you know, if they find somebody who is who kind of like explode, you know, it's kind of like when me and JJ goes at each other, you know. I know he explode if I say something, and I kind of like, you know, push the buttons a little bit. I feel like a lot of the boys and girls, you know, were pushing our buttons a little bit as well.
I mean, I went off on Axel during the meeting when the council stepped away
Yeah.
because first thing that he says whenever all of you guys stepped away was about JJ flanking and whatever. And it's like, okay, it happened however fucking long ago and you're still holding on to it.
Yeah.
Just get the fuck over it,
Get the fuck
please.
over it and move on, you know what I mean? It's okay to be funny, but you know, when the funniness becomes like a daily routine of trying to be funny, it becomes like nagging, and fuck that.
Yeah. And I know JJ just takes it a lot, so it's like I'll go off on people because he won't do it.
Now, the good thing about JJ Lee, you know, he tells me when it's enough, you know what I mean? Like, but I think
Yeah.
it's good with having friendly banter, but like, you know, if I go over the top as well, please call it out. It should be like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We should be able to call people out on stuff, and people should be able to call me out as well, but if I hear it every fucking day I wake up, you know, I stand up for myself and tell them to shut the fuck up. Enough is enough, you know what I mean? And, people should listen, and if they don't listen, then we have an issue.
Yeah.
So I kind of like agree with that. But when you guys planning to have the talk with her today, please,
No.
you know, if she comes around,
Yeah, like,
please
no.
tell me as well. I want to be there, you know? I think that's
She's here.
important.
Yeah,
So
she called
we're gonna
JJ
meet.
before you showed up. So
Right, so
honestly, we
let's-
could just tell her to come here. if we
Tell her
want.
to come here, and you guys, I will let you to have the talk, you know, and I will just back you up.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's important as well, you know, as council, you know, we're
and,
here.
and
Okay.
I was saying in front of KJ too, like I know that this experience as your first hang around was not the greatest. But like you are you can be an amazing influence to people. You're smart. Your guidance is uh very appreciated and very wanted. So I know that you're probably gonna take a break or like not be like, all right, I'm done for a bit. I'm trying to get hang arounds, but like just
No, no, no,
if you
no.
see someone, don't let that deter you, kind of thing, Cass.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. Don't let this experience tear you down, you know what I mean? Like, it happens. It happens to us all, you know? Both me and JJ in the past, you know, we had the same issues with people we've tried to bring in. So, don't stop believing in yourself, alright?
I want to poach someone from NBC.
Ooh.
Violet Snow.
Ooh, the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like her.
yeah, I like her too. We like her.
There's a bunch of
We're,
people at
we're trying
NBC
to
I
warm our
like, gonna be honest with you.
She's also a crackhead, so she'll be around whenever.
Holy shit. She doesn't like... So what's happening with NBC right now? Like...
They're non-existent.
a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that Nigel and Axel has a friend in NBC as well, Beck or whatever. What wasn't he tried like?
I think Beck got in Mandem's really bad look. I don't know what they did to Mandem, but like Batar was like, "Is Becca just a zero with you guys?" And I was like, okay, all right. Just
No.
let me know if you see him around, kind of thing. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
all
I
right.
couldn't give a fuck, you know. Like, gonna be honest with you,
Yeah.
fuck the men. But
True, actually.
they can do whatever the fuck they want, you know what I mean? Like for me, it's more about, you know, like if there's girls or guys who vibes, we have a good vibe. We don't call them hang around straight away. We try to let them vibe with everybody. If there's a good vibe, okay, we bring them in as hang around. Let's take a
Yeah.
closer look. And like JJ told you, Cass, you know, don't be afraid of poaching or bringing up new people. You know what I mean? That you see can be a good fit or whatever. You know, just bring up the names and you didn't fuck up. You know what I mean? It's more about the
Yeah.
person you're bringing in who's fucking up. I wouldn't say it's fucking up. Like if people don't vibe, people don't vibe. Oh, she's calling me now.
Yeah. Like, I'm not too bothered with
Furry.
it.
Yo, what's good,
A
Ember?
furry. EKG.
Yo, what's good? Hey, can you come
This
to
one
the
is-
Yeti?
Oh, you want me to come to Yeti? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Let's go
we
to
need to
the-
have a
to the
talk.
edge.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check if you're okay. Okay. I have a talk. I'm
I'm
coming.
okay. I'm okay, Ember. But we need to have a talk.
Okay, I'm coming.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad for Ember as well, you know? She's kind of like, she's trying, you know? That's...
Yeah.
It's not her fault that the boys and the girls we have doesn't vibe with her. And kind of like use that as essential in the conversation, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's great.
Is she right around the corner? Amber.
Yo, what's good, Ember?
Guy.
Yeah.
How you been?
Good. Probably still in parole for the arrest I got earlier.
Why you got
What did you
arrested?
do?
I helped them with the Flinka and they were trying to, we stole a BBMC Hellion and they were driving it. They got stuck on the Palomino, tried to jump it, but then I came over, got them unstuck, but one of them got in my car, so I drove with my Masacro, but then I got ghost local triple stalled and I had to run.
Yeah.
I ran for
Classic.
15 minutes, resisted 4 times, and I still didn't get any help, but it is what it is. I didn't have nothing on me anyway, so I didn't really care.
That's a bad
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. Whatever,
Wasn't
though.
the Massacro scratch too?
Yeah.
You
They
lost
didn't even
it?
charge me for it, which was funny.
You lost the Massacro?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fine. I got it for that. Either way, I got it to try and, help them
Yeah.
if they need it. Like, I didn't want to use, like, someone else's car and get it impounded. I'd rather just get a decent scratch that I can drive and just use it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they're for anyway.
True.
So, how do you think your hang around time has been going?
I mean, coming from a person that's never been like in a big group, or never having, actual people that I can rely on. It's been a learning experience. I can definitely say that I'm trying to get more used to it even more. Like ever since the last talk that I had with Ivan a few days ago, been looking at stuff a different way,
Just learning,
trying
you
to
know.
bring myself up and
Remember, this is
trying
only
to help
role
out
play,
everybody
okay?
still, but trying to help myself so I don't put myself in debt too. Been not I know you KJ spoke about speaking up and stuff, and I did speak up, but I don't think I did it properly, so I'm trying to figure that out first. Trying to see when the perfect time is to speak up and trying to get more around with the group. I even did arcade with them. Like I didn't like arcade at all, and I didn't really like those type of things. But I mean, they were gonna do it, and I was like, why not? I mean, it's with them. I didn't really mind. So I'm trying to learn and
Poor thing.
trying to better myself.
Okay. So I know that you've been trying and you've been hanging out with a lot of people and on a personal like friendship level and everything, no one has a problem with you. But like you said, it's a different experience coming into a big group and a big gang like this. So, while they don't have a problem with you on a personal friendship level, a lot of people are having a hard time clicking with you on a gang level, if that makes sense.
Wait, but how though? I mean, I do everything I'm told to, and I know I'm screwing up
Oh,
the
poor thing.
expressing myself part, but honestly, recently, ever since I talked with Ivan, I'm trying to not be as annoyed by stuff, like not caring as much, or not caring it. Not I'm not trying to say that I not caring as much. It's like not to think too much of jobs and stuff. Because I honestly I thought of jobs as a big thing for me because it was an opportunity for me to prove myself. Trying to let other
Felina,
people
thank you
know
so
that
much.
I'm good and I'm trying to help them and trying to help them as best as I can. But they valued it a lot less than me, and I think that was my mistake. So I'm not, I'm not valuing it as much. If I go on a job, I go. If I don't, I don't really care that much anymore. So that's why I'm trying to, I'm trying to learn it, trying to go with it.
So, jobs for a lot of people in Seaside are just kind of an everyday thing. It's like if you get away, you get away. If you don't, you don't. It's whatever. It's like everybody has done so much and so many that it's just kind of a normal
Yeah,
thing.
I know, Shadow.
Uh,
I know.
People 100% notice that you're like down to do things, but sometimes people just don't click. And it's nothing that like you've done to be in a bad light. It's just sometimes people don't have that moment where they connect with you.
I didn't feel like it earlier. Axel was really thankful of the stuff that I tried to do with him, and so did Fredo. I don't know. 'Cause I feel like they have problems with me, but they didn't ever tell me. Like I'm even when I had the 1 hour venting session with Benji, I see a lot of stuff. Even though I don't usually say it a lot about it, I see a lot of stuff. That's why the whole reason I try to help, JJ, because I thought it was going a bad way, and Benji had a talk with me, and I try to help JJ with getting the relationship with Drago better, or trying to have him realize that he's needed as a council member, and he knows that. I mean, he knows that now, at least I think. And because at the end of the day, I did say in the beginning that I really didn't do connections with people, but with the talk that I had with Ivan at the island the other day, I realized that I do want to be here. I do want to help, and I want to get better. That's why I'm trying harder every day to try and get to know them better. Try to get with them to do stuff and try to help them.
I've also been told like that you can't get attached to people or like stuff like that. So like how, so that might also play a part in this whole situation where people um might not be clicking on you in that way.
Yeah, and you know, ever since I got out of the asylum, I didn't really click with anybody. And honestly, ever since the day that Mona told me that she would, we, that they would all visit me at the asylum if I was there, and we have a couple of talks like that. Like I've seen people in Seaside differently than anybody else. That's why I'm trying to, you know, trying to work my hardest and trying to more than just trust people. It's been a bit hard for me, but I think I'm getting there. I think.
Oh, poor thing.
The unfortunate thing is that it's been 2 months for people to get to know you and make those connections and click with you, and it still isn't happening. And it's not because you're not trying. Like, everyone sees that, like, you're going on jobs, you're there in case anybody needs help, you hang out at Hayes, you boost with everybody, you do whatever, it just a lot of people just aren't clicking with you.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not because of you as a person. It's just how everybody else is feeling that like you might not be fit for the gang life, which is okay. Not everybody is.
Oh man.
I don't know. I feel like ever since I got into a bit of problems, like during this time, I'm being a bit more laid off and just trying to help everybody that needs help, not just putting myself out there every time and trying to get in there. But every time it goes like within the like 3 or 4 hours, like when it's just Dre, me, you, or you guys around, I try to, you know, I try to be helpful, try to be check if you're alright. I mean, as you know, JJ, I call you every now and again to check if you're okay and stuff. So I do the same thing with KJ, and I come around NA specifically just to come see Dragon and Nick. Like I don't have any other reason to wake up NA and just come to see them.
I think when it comes to it all, Ember, you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Thing is, like, you're around, you're helping out, you're down for everybody. Everybody knows you are that. Everybody knows you're there. Everybody knows you try to do everything you need to do. You're a hang around, you're getting oxy, you have cars, you're ready, you're down to do it, and you're down to sit out, you're down to help out, whatever it needs to be. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? You're doing everything you should be doing, and you're doing it good as well. That is not the issue. And I don't think the issue is anything wrong you're doing. The main problem is the click. So to be honest with you, like we had a talk with a lot of the, you know, the boys and the girls, and they are telling me they're not clicking with you. And for me, it's an issue, you know, because I said as well, like, you're doing a lot of things. You haven't been in the gang life before. You told me that as well. You said it now. And it's a hard thing to kind of like understand what you should do at a given point, but I feel like you're doing all the right things. And in the heat of the moment and in the process, we're doing that, you know, when they come up to me and say, hey, like, Ember is doing good, but I don't click with Ember.
And
Then we have an
sometimes
issue.
that just happens.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
Yeah, you say
I just
yeah,
feel
but
like I needed a bit more time.
you feel like you need more time.
Like I'm trying to. I
No, I know
realize
you're
it
trying.
too.
You're
You
trying
know,
your
I
best.
know. I see
I can
that
see that.
they don't see me the same way. I know. That's why I've been trying my best to try and fix that. I can see it.
You think there is something that can be fixed though? Like I'm asking you now. Do you think you can fix this, you know? The click with the boys and the girls.
I think if you give me a chance to, I think I can.
Hey, Cassie and JJ, can I talk to you? Give us a minute, Amber.
Okay.
Should we wait for Benji to come around, use that as a thing, and tell her, you know, she has a couple of days, you know, to try to. I don't think this is anything that can be fixed, but I think as well that Benji need to be on point on this, you know.
I mean, the thing is like everybody was on board on that, and
Who was at the meeting?
Draco.
Like I don't know who was
It
at the
was
meeting.
Draco, Nigel,
Smalls, Mona.
Cass, me, Mona.
Great.
And the big thing is
Okay, was Dragon
Draco
there?
and
Was
Mona.
Nick there? Was yeah, I know that.
Okay,
No.
Dragon told me that he's feeling like when I was late a couple of nights ago. He told me that like he doesn't know how he feels about Ember anymore because uh
Because I feel like we owe her that, you know? We're kind of like telling her, you're not clicking with the boys and the girls. Like, you do a lot of right thing, but you're not clicking. So how the fuck are you gonna be able to fix that, you know? But at the same time, I feel like... I know she came in through you, Cass. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like Benji should be here, you know? With something like this. Because he has to say as well.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like if Draco and Mona they're not getting along. She has a lot of issues. She vents. She complains a lot.
Yeah.
More
No,
than
I could just
I've
cut
ever
off the
seen
hand
in
here,
any
you know, and we
hangaround.
move separate ways. No worries
I
for me,
think.
but...
What do you think? I think we should. Like, I think it should just happen. In my opinion. What do you think, Is?
I think everybody is already at this point, and it's like a massive uphill battle that, like, for every one bad thing that she's done in the past, she's gonna have to do 10 good things to make up for that one bad thing. Because,
Like Mon and Draco already made up their mind. That's the thing.
At the same time, I feel like she's kind of like the scapegoat for a lot of the people, you know what I mean? Because she's the crazy one, you know? So if something goes bad, we blame Ember. Am I wrong when I'm saying that?
I don't. I mean,
Don't get me wrong, like, she's trying, but are they actually giving her a chance? Yeah, I know she talks a lot. She doesn't have the same experience. Like, she's not from the South. Like, Kaz, you came not from the South, but you have, like, a different, you know? You're more chill, you know what I mean, when it comes to stuff.
Yeah.
She's more... She has all of this energy, you know? She's getting out every fucking day, you know? She's a different breed, but...
yeah, I try to think 3 steps ahead before I say or do something.
Yeah, she
And-
says it, and then she see, you know, if it goes good or bad. Yeah. And I understand, you know, Drake and Mona say this and that and the third, but... And of course, you know, like, it's not only Drake and Mona, you know, it's Nigel, it's Terry, it's Dragon, it's Smalls, it's Dre.
it's like almost all the gang. Like they're hang-arounds. They're not like a member. It's
Yeah, I know.
it's.
I feel so bad for her, you know, like, she's
I know, I
trying
feel bad
so
too, like, she's
hard because
trying,
she
but-
doesn't have, you know, the same background, you know, from the South side.
Is from day one with the whole like Yuki situation and her like telling Mona and then lying about telling Mona, like that pissed her off. And she, I don't think, was ever going to be able to recover from lying about telling Mona. And Mona said that like she tried to keep an open mind after all of that and give her a shot, and she just hasn't clicked at all, and she just hasn't liked her, I guess. I can see if Mona's around.
No. Mona is around, and I know about that incident. I know people have been trying to talk to her.
Yeah.
I have told her as well to, you know, step up a little bit. She's trying so hard, but she's kind of like failing, and she's kind of like set out to fail whatever she does. At the same time, I know she's a lot around, you know, Benji as well, and the boys who are around that hours, you know, and doing the
Yeah.
shit, so I don't know how he would feel if we just do this without waiting for him. Or we should just give her the couple of days for Benji to come back and, you know, decide then.
Yeah,
Talk
but like,
to him.
what would change though if, like, I mean, obviously, yeah, it's Benji, but at the same time, like,
Obviously, if
if
Benji
as a
says she
hanger,
stays, she stays. You know, if Benji says
yeah,
she
I
goes,
get
per
that.
se, if
I
that
get
makes
that,
sense.
but it's
And
like,
they will listen to
if,
that.
but we got to do decisions sometimes when Benji isn't around, right? And you're
Yeah.
like the person in charge right now. And if you put everything on a scale, then it's like one scale is like 90% weight and the other one is 10 kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
and I know exactly how you're saying that. I do feel a little bit bad, but I do think that I think I think there's gonna be issues in the future. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's probably gonna be issues, but like, for me, I have no issues. I don't think Benji has any issues, but maybe we don't see the issues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I never heard Benji talk one time bad about her or said anything wrong. I've seen what's happening. I talked to the other boys. You guys, you know that there is something. I tried to talk to her to try to fix it. At the same time, she has fucked up big time. She has. And you guys are not wrong with that. And there is no need to force people to be a hang-around, to force them into Seaside, and then, you know, like you said, you know, 90% of Seaside doesn't click with her. But at the same time, I really believe that if people would click with her, she would be a fucking great asset for Seaside.
Yeah, because that's the big thing where if people can click with her, and they've had 2 months to try to click with her, and she just tried to start changing her ways a week ago after being around for 2 months.
I'll be honest. Also, like the John situation, I diffused it, KJ, but she wasn't wrong for pulling a gun.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
I told her that.
And the only thing that,
But doesn't you remember with Ivan when I went to kick Ivan out? When he was doing wrong as well? Where's Ivan today? When Benji told me, you know, like, yeah, don't do it. I was so fucking angry and upset, you know what I mean? Give him time.
You want to call? Okay, Draco should be here.
No, I don't think it's
He's
good.
through the vault.
Why should he be here? They're at the vault.
Because like he was the one that like brought up Ember as a whole.
No, I
Like,
know, and I talked to them, and I understand where they're coming from, and I understand like she's a hanger-on. Ivan was not a hanger-on. He was a full member, you know, so it's a different thing. One part of me, I just want to get it over with and just fix it because, like you said, 90% against 10%, you know? But at the same time, I know that Benji likes her, and if we do this now and Benji comes back and he's like, why the fuck did you do it? You know, and I say it, and he will be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck what the rest say, you know, I liked her, bada bing, bada boom, you know what I mean?
Okay, so what are we doing? Okay. First of all, like, what do you think of the like?
For me, I want to wait for Benji back. Basically, that's what I want to do because I know he likes her. First of all, second of all, I want to tell her what's up right now and tell her, you know, you are basically on a thin thread. You know what I mean? If you fuck up once, I just kick you out straight up, no question asked.
Aren't we stringing her along if we say a couple of days and Benji?
Yeah, and that's the other part of me. Yeah, I know that we kind of like are doing that. I'm debating with myself right now. I'm sorry.
I mean,
It's hard,
you could
yeah.
be straight up with her and just be like, we're gonna give you a couple of days until Benji comes back, and then he's gonna have the final decision where she stays or goes.
But then again, like you said, JJ, you know, we should be able to handle it if he's not around.
Yeah, but I know Benji, and he's also gonna get mad if he liked her and.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a complex situation.
Because I will be the fucking punching bag the next 2 weeks because I did something that he didn't agree with. Then again,
but yeah, you're the first in command right now, so I don't know. It's hard.
Is if she can somehow really show people and try to click with people between now and when Benji comes back, then great. But like,
okay, I will do this.
If we wait for Benji.
Right, I will do this. I think the best best for us, basically. Either way, wait for Benji. I would take this off your shoulder, Cass, from now on. You know, I know you brought her in, but now she's under me, right?
All right.
From now on. Benji will be back in how many days?
I have no clue.
I don't know, like a couple, like 3 more.
3 more days. I don't think there's much you can do in 3 more days, but I want to have Benji on board on this. I would tell her how people feel. I will tell her how they talk to us, you know, the full members. And that, you know, the majority of the full members don't click with her. And it's an uphill battle for her, you know. I don't know if I wanted to be in that spot, but...
And again, I just want to make sure that Cass, when Kay just says that he's taking her off you, like, doesn't mean that you're...
Nah, he can have her.
No. It's not about that. It's more about, like, I don't want to hear people come to you and complain about her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is one. If they want to complain, they come to me, right?
All right.
Yeah, it's not about, like, I'm not, like, because you're doing a good or bad job, nothing like this, you know? It's more about, she is CSAT hang around, not your responsibility like we started out, you know?
Yeah.
Alright?
Are you okay with that, Cass?
She's got way too much energy for me. I wake up and get a million calls and then get a headache. I want to go back to sleep.
No,
Yeah.
but like, are you okay with the decision of waiting for
Yeah.
Benji?
I'm
Like,
fine with it.
You're fine with it?
Yeah.
All right, you say it, KJ.
Yeah.
I just hope that we're not stringing her along. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Understand. Ember. I gotta be honest with you, Amber, you know, this is a hard one for me, you know, because I don't want to rug things under a pillow. I want to say it how it is. 90% of the boys and the girls come to me and, you know, have this issue of not clicking with you.
Mm-hmm.
For you, this is an uphill battle. I know you're a fighter, and I know you can make it if you want to make it, because I've talked to you before, and I think, you know, but at the same time, for me, you know, as being a part of the gang, the most important thing is not like you're good at something. The most important thing is that everybody can work together, that everybody can talk together, and that everybody clicks. If you have like a misclick, it doesn't matter how good or how good you have done in the past, you know. There's no click there, you know. For me, it's just to remove that. It's the easy choice. I gotta be honest with you, for me having the talk with JJ and Kaz and tell you to come here, I was ready to let you off. But at the same time, you standing here talking to me, you're a fighter. You want this to work. I know you don't have the past like a lot of us has, you know. We come from the south side, we come from the gang mentality. We kind of like, we was born into this life. We understood how this works, you know, and how to kind of like, how to be able to go across and be able to get to the positions we are. Where you come from a different background and have a harder time to be able to reach that level. At the same time, like I said, I was ready here to just, hey, you know, you go your path, I go my path. But Benji's not around, and I know that Benji likes you. Benji will be back in 3 days. I don't think you can do much in 3 days, but I want to have his insight on this, alright? Before I do anything.
Okay.
From now on, you know, like we joked about before, you know, if there was any issues, you know, Cass was your handler. Now, they come directly to me. You come to me as well if there is anything. I will talk with the boys, I will talk to everybody. Like I said, 3 days, 4 days is not enough for you to, like, what you need right now. You need maybe, like, a couple of weeks.
But if there's, like, anything that you feel that I could change, I can try to change.
Well, the thing is, like I said before, you're doing good stuff. You help out, you're always there, you're always able. If somebody calls on the radio and need help, you're there, you know? That is something you just keep doing. When I'm talking about you clicking with people, I guess it's more about like the mental level of, I don't know, it's hard, you know, because it doesn't mean that they are doing something wrong or you're doing something wrong. It's more about, you know, there's no click. How can you change that? It's a very
So
hard thing.
that's the main thing. Like one of the main things that I want to say is that I already told you before that you got to think before you say something because you are very impulsive, and the things that you say when you're impulsive are bad, really bad. And the situation with John, I was not happy with you because even though like yeah he did push some buttons, pulling a gun on someone is never the situation. Even if like I don't know that situation was didn't sit right with me, and you just gotta think about your actions, Ember, because that's maybe one of the reasons why people stop clicking with you or decided that it's not working out. It's that the actions that you do, they're so impulsive that you don't think about the consequences.
From my point of view, I think you have great potential, you know, and I don't want to let great potential go to waste, you know what I mean? I think for me, you as a person is a big asset for us as a family and as a group. And I've thought that, you know, since the day you became a hang around for Seaside. So don't let that, you know, that go to waste. But at the same time, it doesn't matter how good it is, you know, if the click is not there. You kind of like understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, no, I do, and I mean, even though I might say I will try and try and try. I mean, if you guys feel like I'm not fit, I'm not fit, and I would be more upset if I did more, more shit wrong than you know, like disobeying orders and shit like that. But
Hmm.
I don't think that's the case.
That is
But
not
if
the
it's like
case.
if it's a clicking thing, I mean, I'm gonna try my best to try and fix it. But if it doesn't get fixed, well,
Yeah,
it's
I
what
don't
it is.
know. From where I'm standing, like it's like I hope that people will give a chance, but at the same time, I don't know if you know about we had an incidents before with a girl named Cora. I don't know if you heard about that.
No.
She like I feel like we're back at something like that again, you know, like she was doing everything good as well, but you had like a mismatch. And as much as you want to force it, it doesn't work, you know, because you cannot force that thing. Like I say, it needs to come natural. At the same time, you know, if people have made up their mind, it's kind of like not much you can do. So I don't want you to put it over yourself because you're a great person, you're great. But at the same time, if the click is not there, the click is not there. Like I said, you know, for me, I want to wait until Bench is back because you haven't done me wrong and I don't feel like I don't click with you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I
Mhm.
don't see everything you do on a daily basis or you're not around me 24/7. And when the concern comes up that you don't click with the people, I listen to them. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
you cannot have that in a group because there will be some, you know, mismatch and it doesn't work in the future. Like I told you, I will wait for Benji to come back. I will talk to Benji about it, and me and you and Benji have a sit down and have a talk, you know, and see what he says. But at the same time, like I think, like JJ said, you need to calm down a little bit with the. Don't be so explosive with. Think one time. Just walk around and think what you're planning to say, and try to look how it will be presented or received from the other end, you know, before you say it, you
Mhm.
know, how would you take that message you're planning to say in the heat of the moment? Just calm down a little bit but still do the same as you're doing. Like I said, I will talk to the boys and girls and tell them, you know, like we had to talk with you. I just laid out there how it is, you know what I mean? And from my point of view, like I want to talk to Benji before, you know, I make my final decision.
Okay.
And I know it's hard on you. It's not a good position to be in. I just want to say to you that everybody says, you know, like you as a human being, you as a person, they like it, they don't have the click. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, I get it.
So if I were you, do what you're doing. Be a little bit less explosive towards stuff. You know what I mean? A little bit less craziness. And just go about your day. Now you know what's, you know, going on. Do I think time can fix? Yeah, I think so. I always think that, you know. Do I think time can fix this? I don't know. Time will show.
Okay. I'll keep trying as long as you guys let me.
Yeah. Keep doing your best because you're already doing good. But like I said, you know, I don't know how you can fix, you know, clicking with somebody. I don't know if that's fixable. Like I said, let's see when Benji comes back. I will have a talk with him and we have a talk with you, alright?
Okay.
Do you know where we're standing? And I know where you're standing. You try your best, you know? If this is what you want, this is the family, you know? Show us.
And you gotta be
Oh.
all in. Like that's it. Like if you have hesitations, you shouldn't be here, kind of thing. Like it's you can't, like, you gotta be all or nothing kind of thing.
I mean, even the PD was calling me the Seaside Fall Girl because I was getting arrested.
Yeah. That's I'm a little bit like I gotta call it what it is, you know. I know that you get a lot of heat and you get a lot of attention, and it's easy when somebody's kind of like picking a little bit on you, like you're kind of like the fall girl. You become the fall girl for everybody. I don't like that happen, you know what I mean? I call it out how it is.
Yeah, we shouldn't have a fall person. Like
No,
that's not how it
never,
is.
never. Should never be a thing. I don't think it is like that either, but I know that you're down to take the blame if you need to take the blame, and that is something you should hold dear, you know, because that's high valued. But yeah, less
also,
drama, you
before-
know what I mean? More work.
Before I forget, I don't think I will forget, but I have a container with 5K aluminium, which Benji asked before he left.
Yeah.
I have it at my apartment.
Yeah, like I said,
case I forget.
just keep on to it, and let's continue this talk when Benji's back. I think it's like 3 days. Like I said, I don't think 3 days is enough for you, but you know, there can be a change of heart when Benji's here, right?
Okay.
And it's easier for me to have wiggle around when he's around as well, you know?
Mhm.
So you know where everybody's standing right now. I don't want to hear this, you know, you talk about this to the other boys. You know about it. You know what you need to fix. It's the click. If it's fixable, I don't know. But yeah, we move on from that. We continue this conversation when Benji's back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Don't be sorry about anything. It's not your fault.
Yeah, there's nothing that you've done. It's just people don't have that connection with you.
I think, you know, if the future says, you know, like, Seaside is not the right place for you, a lot of the boys still want to hang around you and do shit with you, you know? Because they like you at that level.
Like, Cass, do you feel like you have any problems you want to tell me, or because I feel like you're probably the person that I talk to the least.
I just feel like whatever you are around and I'm around, you're pretty clingy, and I really hate being called mom.
Wait, how am
That's the main thing.
Okay. Like, if you noticed the last time I saw you, I just tackled you and I said big fan, and I didn't like. I noticed a bit back that you didn't like it, or you didn't say that you didn't like it, but I noticed the
I've definitely
reaction
told
from
you
you.
not to call me mom.
Yeti.
Yeah, so I stopped doing it. That's why I kind of stopped doing it. And I don't know how you feel like I'm clingy because we barely spend any time together.
Because I just have
We
a
just
lot of shit that I have to do, so it's like I'm not around as much, or I have a lot of other priorities that I have to deal with.
like if you need help with anything, you know, I'm here to help. Like I'm to everybody else. Like JJ knows this the best. I'd probably tell him the most amount of times, like every day, if he needs anything. Because I know like he's not that vocal on radio, and sometimes he needs help with stuff. And I always tell him like, if you need help with anything, let me know, and I'll come help you.
My stuff is like stuff that nobody can really help me with. So
Well,
Yeah.
if there is something, let me know.
I need to take off my
I appreciate it.
And even if it is getting something or helping you out with something, just let me know. I'll try. I mean, I got surprisingly, I got 5K aluminum, which I didn't think I was ever gonna get.
That is crazy though. That is good.
Yep. I mean, Benji needed it. Axel told me to get it, and I got it.
That is good. Yeah, let's continue this conversation when Benji's back, right, Amber? You know where everything stands right now. You basically have the key.
Okay. I will try.
All right. Let's end this conversation and continue when Benji's back.
Okay. I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Reggie.
Hi, Reggie.
Oh no. No, no, please.
What are you doing?
Please no.
What?
I'm sorry.
Can we drop rats off the edges?
Don't throw me out. I don't know how to
Am I
fly.
not allowed to do this?
I don't know how to fly.
No, not yet.
I don't know how to fly.
Oh, you guys are fucking boring. I wake up to throw something else.
Oh. I'm gonna go, guys. Later.
All right.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, we didn't
Who
end
was
up
that?
pulling the trigger.
Who was that?
Ember.
Oh, so that's her.
She's a hanger-on that a lot of the boys and girls doesn't click with, and I was about to just cut her off, but at the same time I want to wait for Benji's back, you know, because I know Benji likes her, so I don't want to kick her out. But I told her, you know, people don't click with you, you need to fix it. How are you gonna fix that? I think it's impossible, but just give me time for Benji to be back instead of me listening to Benji blaming me for kicking her out for like 3 weeks afterwards. I just wait for him to be here, so she knows,
You
you
gotta
know.
talk to Draco and Mona ASAP. By the
Oh
way,
yeah, I
because
will. Yeah, they're doing the bank. I will talk to them.
because they made a document and everything like as a back.
Yeah.
Like it's it was
It's like
they
the
were
new
already set up.
document is already ready to.
Yeah, they're
nuke the old
already
one.
ready, and I see where it comes from. But at the same time, like, I understand if you don't click, you know, there's nothing we can work on. But trust me, like,
So what are they not clicking about?
It's
What
just
is
they
not
don't
clicking?
click on like a personal level, I guess, or gang level. I
Yeah.
don't know. They said like hanging out with her is fine. Like they have no problems like hanging out with her, and it's like she's fun to hang out with. But on like a seaside level, they're just not clicking.
yeah,
She also has issues where like I've already warned her multiple times. Think before you like do. She's way too explosive, like to the point like she pulled a gun on John in at Hayes over because like he called her
Because he called her
Lemberlin.
Limberlin. Yeah.
no,
that?
she shouldn't
It's
do
like
that. But at the same time, a lot of the boys and girls are very on her, you know, pushing her around. But she's a hanger-on, so she should bite it. You know what I mean? When people do shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she should stand up for herself.
I mean, like, listen, I'm one of the people that like hate the fact that I hate the stirring. I hate the fact that we that we push people's buttons because like it happens to situations like Ivan or me or anybody else that like
I love
gets
pushing your
fucking.
buttons.
Yeah, shut up, Reggie.
Benji pushed my
know that.
buttons every fucking day I wake up.
Yeah, Benji fucking does it.
KJ pushes my buttons. I push
Fuck you,
KJ's
Reggie.
buttons. Yeah, fuck yourself.
Yo, where
Yeah.
the
Or
fuck have you
Draco.
been, Reggie?
On my rusty island.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he
You're
was gonna
so
wake
rusty
up at the
right now.
storm
You
and ask me to
I
wake
was. I did actually offer
Yeah.
to scare Ember straight because I remember everyone wanted to give up on Ivan and I put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, honestly, like if we decide to give Ember a couple more weeks or something, like
It's great
you're gonna have to
RP though.
put your energy on her. Like
I don't
straight up.
have the energy to put into.
Yeah, like it's you gotta like she needs Reggie basically. If she, you're the equivalent of Jesus right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe that, you know, like Benji comes around in like 3 days, you know. So how about you come around 3 days and hang around Ember and, you know, prove me wrong.
I will do it for 100k per day. KJ.
100k per
What the
day.
fuck?
Yeah.
You still owe me 100 grand.
Well,
Yeah,
look at that.
JJ is the
It's
new
about that time. About that time.
fucking
Good night.
pussy.
What the fuck?
Look, I've got a tennis ball.
Yeah, I can see
How the fuck
that.
did you get a tennis ball?
I have a tennis
Probably
ball.
found it.
Oh.
But so yesterday there was a meeting with me, JJ, Dre, Draco, Mona, Smalls, and Nigel. Everybody basically voiced their issues, and it ranged for different numbers of things. Like Mona never stepped off on a good foot with her because she lied about telling her something. Uh, she had tried to keep an open mind, still hasn't had any kind of connection or like trust in Ember, I guess. Uh, Draco, he didn't say anything specific, but I think Draco was just like there to facilitate the whole thing. Nigel had issues where she basically tried to force herself in with being part of the Six for a job because she was letting them use her boat so they wouldn't have to go steal one. And then complained about how she wasn't part of the Six because they were using her stuff like for the next hour and a half to Dre. Where Dre was like, okay, you're not part of the Six, come with me and we'll go do something else. And Smalls is just like she's just not clicking with people. It's like she's fun to like do shit with, but on like a seaside level and a gang level, they're just not meshing.
I think when it comes to Amber, like I said, you know, she has a lot of potential. She has the ability to be very great, but she's very explosive, crazy. It's kind of like, you know, like if she was in a crew, I think the clowns would be a good crew for her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have like, yeah, we have craziness, but we are kind of like chill, crazy, chill, you know? Go up and down. That's
Wait,
why
I have a chill?
but you haven't been around, so who gives a fuck?
Okay,
What
calm down,
the
everybody. Calm down.
fuck? Take that back or I push you over the edge
I won't do it.
of sanity.
Yeah, everybody calm down. Okay.
You thought I'm on the edge of here. Get fucked.
Listen
So
to this
Reggie,
guy. Listen to this guy.
what we decided is that KJ is gonna be who people go to if they have complaints.
Shut the
about
fuck
Ember.
up, Reggie!
Fuck you, fucking rat cunt! Yell at
calm
me
down,
again!
everybody.
Or shove it up your ass!
Sorry.
So people are gonna go to KJ with issues with Ember. He's gonna handle it. The conversation's gonna come up again with Benji whenever he comes back. She knows that the conversation is gonna continue with Benji, and she has 3 days to like show an effort, basically. So
I have a question.
What's the
Okay.
So
question?
we spoke about Ember at the big meeting. Did everyone actually give her a fucking clean slate, or are they just using these the feelings that they've already got, and are they actually giving an effort into?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember talking about Ember at the big
I
meeting.
don't
I
think we
was
talked
watching
about that.
videos
I
of
don't
others.
think, I don't think we talked about Ember.
I
at the
didn't
meeting,
think
if
we...
I'm honest with you.
I'm pretty sure we did speak about Ember.
No.
I don't remember.
So that we spoke about Ember at the council meeting.
No,
I can't remember. One of the meetings.
I
It's
think
probably
the
the council
council
meeting,
maybe, because the big meeting, I don't think we had any talk about Amber.
Yeah,
I
we
feel like
didn't- yeah, but
she has fucked up so many times with so many different people that basically people have her on her shit list, you know what I mean? And then she realized that people have that, and I called her out on it and said she needed to fix it, and now kind of like, whatever she does, it doesn't matter how big or small it is, they will be like, yeah, no, we should get rid of her.
People need to change that shit though.
Yeah, but I think it's better for you
If you
to...
actually want to give someone a chance, then like as much as Ivan pissed me the fuck off with the dumb shit that he would always say and do and throw fucking pipe bombs and get everyone blown up and that kind of shit, sometimes you got to step back and realize,
well, the thing
okay,
is, like,
this person does have potential. Let's see if we can get that to go
I mean,
somewhere.
do I see potential in her? Yeah, but at the same time, like, her faults are pretty big. Like,
I mean, JJ, you've got plenty of faults. You're selfish as fuck. Please don't hit me, please
Another
don't hit me,
fault
please
is
don't
that
hit
you're
me.
wearing weird half boots.
Actually, good point. What the fuck are they?
Work beside A. Peter was
Bro,
good.
Are you like, you going out like fucking looking through the rock pools and shit, mate?
shut up.
No, for me, like, I listen
We'll
to the
fix your
rest of the
shoes
girls and the boys, and they say they don't click, you know what I mean? And if you have one person they don't click with, you know, there is like, she's a hanger-on, you know, we just get rid of it and we move on. I don't want to do it before Benji's back, basically. Not that I'm scared of Benji, but I don't want to listen to Benji for 3 weeks calling me out that I kicked somebody out that he liked. So I want to wait until he's back. It's not that I'm scared of him, but it's more about, you know, I don't want to listen to that. So I think, you know,
Typical
like
KJ kicking
people
the women out of
can
Seaside.
dislike it, but I
Shaking
will
my head.
shut the fuck up. They can dislike it, but I just wait 3 days, you know, to avoid that shit, basically. For me personally. And I don't think like 3 days will end the world for the rest of the boys and
I
girls.
remember what I was gonna say, by the way. Like, I feel like she gets a little bit too much entitled of things that happen with her being a hangaround.
Yo,
Like her
Rando, what's
entitlement is
good?
strong
10 months.
sometimes,
Thank you.
and that's
Thank you.
also a
Thank
big
you.
issue.
And you guys have pointed these issues out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Pointed everything out. I pointed out that, you know, people don't feel like to click with you. That is what you need to
Was
fix.
that just today?
No.
She's had multiple talks with multiple people.
The thing with Ember is like she feels some type of way. She goes and talks to JJ. She goes and talks to, you know, Ivan. She talks to me. When I spoke to her, I told her, you know, you can talk to me, but you need to voice this opinion towards the people, you know, it regards. At the same time, you're a hang around, you know, so people will kind of like pick on you. They will test you out. But she's kind of new to this.
Me about the John stuff, I was like the 5th or 6th person that she had gone down the line to like tell about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's doing it to be like, I'm gonna keep telling people until people feel sorry for me and side with me, or what.
I told John to stop doing it, but at the same time I told Ember, you know, if I ever hear you fucking put a gun on somebody, you know, in Seaside once more, I kill you myself. So basically, end of story.
Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah. So then I will just hand her over to you, Reggie, and you kill her, you bury her somewhere in the desert.
I'm saying it's my job to point guns at Seaside.
You're
Like,
not
I'll be
gonna...
honest with you, Reggie. Like, it sucks that like you gotta be in the Rusty Island a lot because shaping people is like one of your best things, and like it just sucks that you're not around for it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You know,
You hear that
maybe one
noise?
day when I find a purpose to actually wake up.
That could be your purpose. Like that should be, Reggie. Like
You
you're
hear
the
that
best
noise?
people to put people in line.
Using the
Like,
water
it is
hose
how it is.
outside.
Like,
What is
that's-
that?
Probably because they know that I probably will peel, or that I will
I'm
peel
living in the
skin off their face.
basement of a house, and the people who
enjoy
live
doing it.
upstairs, they're using their
I tell you what,
water hose
Dom gave me a
outside.
knife now.
Jesus Christ.
So no, it's not on gloss. It's like the basically the water goes through the back wall where I'm
with
sitting
all
in my
that
room,
said,
basically up to
I
that
have a
water
tennis
hose
ball, you
outside.
That's true.
So that is the noise you're hearing there.
You know the best thing about the tennis ball? I
So
can
I'm
throw it
sorry.
and pick it back up.
First time you hear it, yeah,
whether you throw
they
it and it bounces off
almost
the
never
jetty, where
use
you
it.
gonna
I
find
guess
it?
they're watching something
I
right
will
now.
jump over the edge for
Did
it.
you move? No. It's summertime, you know. It's
I
hot
value
outside.
this ball's life more than my own.
Okay.
It's less now, but you
What?
hear it when I speak.
What?
That reminds me to wash my car
So,
today.
other than that shit, how's everything going?
That's good.
That's all right.
Sounds great. KJ, how's
You
the
gotta talk
married
to.
life?
By the way, you gotta talk to Draco and like all that group ASAP. The second they're done with
Hey.
the job, because like they're expecting Ember to be kicked. So.
Is
yeah,
Mona
you gotta-
on the job, or
Give me a second.
Don't know. I think so. Maybe.
I'll call Mona.
So, while KJ's in his head and can't talk, who are we starting a war with? I woke up
Possibly
to start a
Mayhem,
war.
Yeah,
if,
maybe
they fuck
Mayhem.
with Caster me.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
let's
because
roll out.
I
ready.
shot, I don't know what the fuck his name was. His alias is Knob. I shot him at the end of a race because instead of apologizing, he doubled down. So,
Oh, so you're waiting for them to make a move.
yeah.
Well, yeah. If so, if they try to do something in a race, like Yokai will handle it, and then but if they try to do anything, outside of races and like while we're wearing repping Seaside, then obviously that's a no go for them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So JJ is good for wars if it involves racing. Noted.
No,
Yeah, sorry
I'm,
about that.
Yeah, fuck JJ.
What do you mean?
I'm pushing your buttons, fuckhead.